Guys, come back to another Abhiya reading. In this reading, I'm going to be checking the questions you guys have been asking me in the community post. A lot of people have been requesting this video. So today I'm going to be answering some questions that you guys asked me regarding Abhiya. So I'm going to be answering them today. And I tried to get as much questions that I did not answer before. So I didn't take all of those questions because I did answer them before in my last special reading. So I'm going to link that right now. You guys probably can see in the corner. And today I did want to take the questions that I never answered before. So if you want the other questions that were asked, you can see in that special reading that I did a couple months ago, okay? So right now I'm going to get started answering the questions that you guys asked me. So first I'm going to check if will there be a reunion of them? Can they reunite? Can Abhishek and Jia reunite? Can there be a reunion for the two of them? Alright, so I do see a reunion happening soon is not very possible. I do see that things can change in the future. I do see that things can be better with Abhishek and Jia if they manage to communicate. Communication is very important for the two of them. And I don't feel like they are against meeting. I do feel like they're okay with it. It's something that they want, but I just feel like the two of them, all these months, I don't feel like they really have been on the best they could have been. And so they just have distant contact. Like I said in my reading that I did for them, I don't feel like they cut off contact or they're on bad terms right now, but I just don't feel like meeting is their priority right now, especially when they still have a lot to think about. They still have a lot of undecisiveness. And if they're gonna meet, they're gonna have to build strength. Both of them are gonna have to build some sort of strength to be able to meet. But I do see there can be a possibility of them meeting. But right now, I do feel like they both are sort of, putting their guards up, being defensive, and still just like putting a rest to things, okay? So yeah, that's what I feel. Okay, next question. Is there any chance for them to have a project together? Is there any project for them together? Can they be working together? Okay, the star came for the second time, so I do feel like there's like certain things that they do wish regarding each other. But yeah, they do feel tied. All right. Okay, guys. So I do feel like one of them at least wants to work with the other, okay? So it is something that one of them does pretty much want. But right now they both, they are maintaining their distance. They feel really tied up regarding both of each other. And so both of them in a certain way are kind of just giving each other their backs and just like walking and seeing what goes on in life other than each other, okay? Because there isn't really, I do not see that things are really moving between the two of them right now. They're sort of like just stuck on the same boat. Not they're not on good terms or bad terms. No, I don't feel like they're at a good stand. But as you guys can see, this boat is at a standstill. It's not really moving forward, okay? So that's how their bond is right now. It's like standing still on the same boat. Like there is not anything that is advancing or going back, okay? So I do feel like they're sort of like stable, like they're at a good stand, but they're still not doing anything to move forward. And there's a lot of burdens. Like there's a lot of things that they do think about and they do feel burdens. I do feel like there has been a project that is offered to them that I did mention in my reading for them last time. But I don't feel like that is gonna happen anytime soon because I just feel like they both are just not that ready for a project right now. And also here with the devil, I do feel like there can be a third person that does not wish for the two of them to come together as well or work together. So there can be a third party that maybe tells Abhishek things bad about Gia or maybe someone from Gia's side that tells things bad about Abhishek, okay? So right now they just feel like a project is pretty distant, okay? But they're not closing off an idea. Things can get to a project in the future because I do see a death and rebirth for them in the future. So they can work together, but right now things are pretty distant. They also feel like a project is pretty distant. So I don't really see a chance anytime soon. Okay? Next question. Will Abhiya mend things in the future? Will they fix things together in the future? Okay. Okay, so like I told you guys in my reading as well, I do feel like they right now do have a certain stand, a certain balance, but still they are not really interested right now in like doing more things with each other, like working together, maybe meeting up. You guys can see they do have that chance. They can fix things if they want to go to another level, like fix their friendship and meet up, or maybe work together, but like they're not really taking that cup. They're not taking that chance. There's something that is holding the two of them, okay? I don't know if it's them having differences, or maybe one of them does not want to take the first step, but like there's something that is like they're just sitting there with their hands crossed, okay? And they both just feel pretty undecided regarding the two of them. I do see that they both do miss their friendship though. They do miss their bond, and they would like to meet, okay? But they both are just like choosing to break through at right now, and just they don't want to get into the stress and into the fights. They don't want to have disagreements right now. So, and I do feel like they are sort of like different people. Maybe the two of them do have different personalities, or maybe the two of them do want different things. That's the thing, that Gia does want a relationship. She does want commitment. She does want a family. But Abhishek right now, he still does not really think about being in a relationship. Okay. Um, because he does have fears from the past. And so I feel like if they start talking about those stuff, they can get some sort of disagreements, and they can go to a lot of stress situations. So right now they're just like breaking through. They're at a good stand. So I feel like they are scared to talk things to be more like to them meeting or them working together, because they don't want to get into a disagreement. I feel like they can get into a disagreement regarding that. So yeah, I do feel like they can mend things, but right now, um, they're just scared of like them getting into more disagreements. So there is a chance of them mending things, but right now I don't see it happening soon. So for all of the things, there is a chance, you guys, but the thing is, they have to take that step. They can definitely mend things, but it's all in their hand. If they want to mend things, they're going to be able to. But I do feel like they both just like have this fear of like getting into disagreements with each other. Okay, I don't know if they do get into disagreements a lot, or maybe, they don't really have the same opinion most of the times. But I don't feel like they fear that. Okay, does Gia still have feelings for Abhishek, or has she moved on from him? Okay, I did mention this in my last rating, but I'm gonna check here again. Okay, so Gia does have feelings for Abhishek still. She has moved on in her mind, but her heart, I feel like, is still with Abhishek. She does still think about him. She still does hope that things can change with the Wheel of Fortune. She does still hope that things can change, but she's really undecided. And this came in the current edge reading, as well, I believe. That she does want to make a certain decision about him right now, maybe about contacting him because he with the world. So maybe Gia wants to make a certain action towards Abhishek, maybe checking up on him, or um messaging him, but she needs to build strength for that. Okay, you guys notice some of these cards are coming at the the same cards are coming again. So Gia feels like she needs to build strength if she does want to move things with Abhishek, but right now she is like, she's like, no, I just want to rest things, let things stay the way they are, okay? And also Gia can get defensive sometimes regarding herself, okay, because she is scared to get hurt, okay. So you guys see the pattern, like they are not like against the idea of like meeting or doing a project, but they just want to rest things the way they are so things don't get worse, because they're sort of okay with where they are standing right now, okay. And Gia, regarding Abhishek, she just like feels like there's like this cage between the two of them. Like there's like this invisible wall, and she does feel like they both just have these differences, but she still does have feelings for him. But she knows that those feelings are sort of a burden. She does see those feelings as a burden for her because she feels like she should just forget them and move on. Okay. Next question. Does Abhishek want a new beginning with Gia? Does Abhishek want a new beginning with Gia? Yeah. Okay, so Abhishek does want a new beginning with Gia, and I did tell you guys this before that he did actually try to fix things. He did try to fix things. He did work on fixing things with Gia because he does value her friendship and her bond with his bond with her. But like I told you guys, after a lot of tries, like him and Gia weren't able to get to him and Gia weren't able to fix their friendship as it used to, okay? Because they both like are on two different places, okay? So Abhishek definitely does want a new beginning with Gia, but right now he's just, at a certain stand, like I told you guys. Um, but he definitely does hope that they can fix their friendship and bond to be as good as it used to. But right now he just feels like they both have this like opinion regarding each other. They both have formed this judgment, and he feels like this judgment that they both have formed is just like gonna bring chaos. And like I told you guys, I feel like it's just like the two of them just feel like right now it's better where things are standing. They shouldn't really think about the future that much because they just feel like that will bring chaos. And this is what Abhishek is feeling right now. So he does hope for a new beginning with Gia to fix their bond and friendship. But after a lot of tries, he just feels like right now the way they stand is just good. Like they're good at where they are. Okay. Next question. Is Gia interested in anyone else? Is Gia interested in anyone else? Is Gia interested in anyone else? Okay. Alright, you guys. So Gia, the thing is, she does consider, at a certain time at least in her life, she does consider whatever happened with Abhishek. It was like she felt at a certain time that he did backstab her, and she felt like she should just walk away from that. At a certain time, maybe she did also feel that Abhishek is a toxic person, or just her being with him is toxic. And so she did want a new beginning, maybe with another person, and she just wanted to start this new beginning and forget. But she just finds herself just like looking back a lot, or like seeing things from a distance, like maybe looking at Abhishek's social media from a distance and just noticing things. So she does wish for a new beginning with another person. Um, but she just feels like I told you guys here with the Ten of Wands again. she just feels like her feelings for Abhishek are a burden. So I still do feel like she has those feelings. I do feel like some certain men though came into her life, maybe love interest, or maybe people that were interested in her, but her mind was still, somewhere thinking about Abhishek, or maybe thinking that though maybe comparing between those people. So I don't feel like she's interested in any men right now. I feel like her mind is still, her heart is still with Abhishek, but I do feel like that maybe certain love interest came into her life, okay? And maybe she did try to consider things with them, but I don't feel like she's really interested in them, okay? And the next question is there a chance of them getting into a relationship? So I know this without even pulling. Based on the current energy, and you guys saw as well, they are afraid to take things going forward, okay? Um, and I don't think they can get into a relationship because they are not able to even put their friendship, they're not even able to put things good on friendship, okay? So I don't feel like they even have an understanding to get into a relationship, so I don't think they will get into a relationship, okay? At least for right now, okay? Um, and so they need to, I feel like, to put a certain stand to themselves, and if they want to fix things they need to be more brave. So I don't feel like they can get into a relationship with them having that mindset of even fearing of like meeting each other or working together, okay? So that's what I feel. And the next question is, what's the main reason for Abhishek's fear of commitment, okay? I already know the answer to this, but let's see. What is the reason for Abhishek's fear of commitment? Why does he fear of commitment? Yeah, it's too much for him. Yeah. So, Abhishek, like I told you guys, it's like a past problem. Like, he got really hurt from his past relationship, that right now he's scared to get hurt. He's scared to get backstabbed. And whenever he does think about love or like relationships or stuff, he just feels like it's better to walk away and not get into that because he still has the fear of being hurt. Um, Regarding relationships, he does feel pretty unbalanced. He does feel pretty drowned. Whenever he thinks about it, just like a lot comes in his mind, and then he just worries about it a lot. So like thinking of a relationship just like makes his mind think a lot, and just his mind starts spinning. So he still does stress about getting into a relationship, and his focus is all on his career. He does not want to get into a relationship right now. And if anything, I feel like he's the type of person that would get married, not have a boyfriend girlfriend bond. Um, because I feel like he does think about the future more than having a girlfriend. Because I don't feel like he does want to get into that sort of relationship. If anything, maybe straight up to commitment. Okay. So yeah, but I feel like still, even in marriage, like he does fear of that, and he's fearing of being hurt, and maybe a marriage is like a big step for him right now. But it's not like he doesn't wish for that. No, he does wish to find his love. He does wish to get married someday. He does wish to have that life. But for now, like he still is having the fear of being abandoned or getting hurt and backstabbed, okay? And he just gets negative thoughts whenever he thinks about it. And maybe this is caused by his ex and like, you know. So definitely I feel like that's the main reason, is that because from his past relationship, he's scared that maybe history will repeat itself again. Alright? Okay, so last thing I'm gonna do is any messages for each other. Any messages for Abhishek and Gia to each other. So I'm gonna check with this. What do they have both to say to each other? Let's see here. And what do they both have to say to each other? Gossip. I am afraid of what other people will think. Okay. So like I told you guys, they definitely do have this fear of like moving forward, and maybe at least one of them does fear of gossip. Maybe even the two of them, they're just afraid of maybe what other people are say. or maybe they just don't want to deal with all that drama of like maybe fandom issues or maybe hate or other things. So at least one of the two of them does think about gossip, or maybe they do care about what other people think, okay? So that sort of probably affects either the two of them or one of them, that they are afraid what other people will think, and so they don't want to take a step, okay? Not necessarily people on social media, it can also be people around them, maybe family members. They're afraid of what family members will think, okay? So, not necessarily people from social media. Responsibilities. I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs. So, yes, both of them do feel like they need to take care of their finances right now. They both need to focus on their work. They feel like they probably have other responsibilities, maybe other things that they should put a priority, which is like their financial and emotional needs. I feel like Abhishek is more career, like he's like, I want to take care of my career. And Gia also, she wants to put her emotional self and career first as well. So, definitely. Right now, let's see, what is Abhishek's message? What is Abhishek's message to Gia? What is Abhishek's message to Gia? Reminiscing. I miss our inside jokes. Interesting. So I don't know if they have inside jokes, or maybe they used to laugh together. Maybe they had certain jokes, but he does miss their friendship. He does miss their jokes if they had jokes. If not jokes, maybe they just used to laugh together. Maybe have a good time. So he definitely does miss that. Okay. This is what I pick up here. Okay. Let's see for Gia. What is a message that Gia has for Abhishek? What does she feel? What does Gia feel? Space. I need more time to think. Yes, definitely Gia. I told you guys I feel like she is like in between a decision, and I feel like she does feel that she should have time for herself and think more regarding things. Um, Definitely, it's not like she doesn't think about Abhishek, no, but she feels like just like maybe either they just like should both maintain space right now, or like they just need more time to think regarding things. So, um, I know you guys as Abhiya fans do want them to come together, and you guys do want that see them work together. I don't feel like it's impossible. No, I do think it's possible, but I feel like they need to be more brave regarding things. Okay. I feel like definitely they do have a lot of fears, maybe from gossip, or maybe from what other people think, or maybe them just getting into more disagreements. And I feel like they do feel like where they are standing right now is at a good stand. Okay, they don't feel like it's perfect, but it's a good stand. And I feel like they just feel like they need more space to think, or maybe it's like not better to get into disagreements. So that's where they stand right now. Okay. And please, guys, remember this is current energy, so energy changes all the time. But definitely, this is what I'm feeling regarding the two of them right now. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Abhiya reading. And see you guys next time. Bye.